Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey. What is up? This your girl Jamie, and I am back, you guys. And I'm back to share with you some tips, some good tips, some good tips. And as you can see from the title of this video, this is for my single ladies who desire to be married. And the key to that is desire to be married. And the reason I said that is because reality is not everybody has a desire to be married. So I just want to specify who I'm talking to on today, right? So for my single ladies who desire to be married, okay? So this is for you all. I just want to welcome those of you who are new to my channel. My name is Jamie, and thank you for tuning in. So if you could just go ahead and click that subscribe button so that way you'll be notified anytime I come on live or post a new video. Stay in touch. And for those of you who've already subscribed and you're part of the fam, thank you for coming back. Love you guys. But all right, let's jump right on in. So again, I just want to share some tips on today for my single ladies who are desiring to be married. So if y'all see me looking down, it's because I'm just looking at my notes just to make sure I'm touching everything that I had planned to. All right. So the first thing that I would say to my single ladies, of course, is to number one, build a relationship with God. Okay. Make sure that you have a strong foundation. Christ is the foundation. So you want to make sure that you have a solid relationship with God. Now, when I say relationship, date God just like you would date, a potential spouse. Talk to him, keep communications open, allow God to speak back to you, and all of those things. So just get to know more about who God is, and just his whole just who he is in a whole sense. You understand what I'm saying? His ways, his plans for your life, and that way, you kind of have like something solid to go on. You'll have something solid to build on. I remember hearing somebody say a while back that when your relationship with God is right, your relationships with people begin to come in alignment. So you just want to make sure that you get a relationship with God. Build a strong relationship with God. That don't mean you gotta be like don't be like the Pharisees. I don't see people being all extra. Just be yourself. God knows who you are. You can talk to God just how you are. That's what I do. I communicate with God just like I'm talking to you. I'm talking to my friend or my husband. That's how I'm talking to the Lord. Okay. So yeah, that's the first thing right there. Number two, I would definitely say is to know who you are and to know what you're called to do. And this is why it's important for you to have a relationship with God, because when you build and have a relationship with God, he will begin to reveal who you are. Studying the word of God, you'll become more aware about who he is and then who you are in him. And spending and building that relationship with him, he will reveal what your purpose is, what you're called to do in the earth. And this is so important for women to know before you're going into marriage. You want to make sure that you know who you are and you want to know what it is that you're called to do. And a lot of times, and I tell people a lot that marriage is not for validation. Being married does not validate you. You need to know who you are prior to you getting married, and you need to know what it is that you're called to do prior to you getting married. For example, I think I did share it or mention it on a previous video, but you don't knowing who you are and what you're called to do, it can help you kind of avoid even entertaining certain men that would even approach you. For example, if you're someone that knows that you're called to ministry, you're called to preach, why would you even entertain a guy who doesn't believe in women preaching? See, it don't make sense. So it kind of will help you to eliminate, potential guys that come and you already know, like, no, this right here, that's the sign right there. No, this is not gonna work, because you know who you are, you know what you're called to do. Okay. So number one is build a relationship with God. Number two is to know who you are and what you're called to do. And then number three is to work on yourself. Do the inner work before you get married. Okay. Work on you. Prioritize you. Make you a priority. Work on becoming a better you before you say I do. Okay. I'm gonna say that again for the ones in the back, right? Work on you. Become a better you before you say I do. Okay. So what does working on you look like? Deal with your inner issues. If you're somebody that's struggling with a spirit of rejection, start working on that now. If you're somebody that has, bad money management, start working on that now. If you have trust issues, insecurities, just start dealing with that stuff now. Because I tell people, marriage is not gonna cover up your problems. It don't sweep your problems under the rug, honey. If anything, it's gonna magnify your problems. That's what it's gonna do. It's going to magnify your problem. So you want to start working on yourself, becoming a better you, becoming a more healthier you before you get married. And this is the thing. When you begin to become a better you, you're more likely to attract a man now who's also working to become a better him. Either you all will be on the same level, or he may be in a higher place than you are, not in a bad sense, but it could be so you can even avoid attracting a toxic person because you're still toxic. You understand? And sometimes we're saying, oh, well, I felt like this was God. And sometimes it's not even God. Sometimes it's just a familiar spirit. Y'all just got something in common. It's familiar. And that's why you're connected to each other. But when you begin to heal, then you'll begin to see, like, we really, like, what am I doing with you? Like, why are we here? You understand? So work on you before you say I do. All right, boo? Okay. And then number 4, I wanted to share with you all today is to start stewarding what you have now well. Okay. Again, like I just mentioned, if you got money problems, start working on that. Start learning how to budget, pay your bills on time. If you have a home or an apartment or whatever, keep your place clean. Start cleaning up. If you're not someone that, knows how to cook, or even if you don't like to cook, at least know how to cook maybe a meal or two or something. Just start going and do something. Just throw something together. You understand? But start working on you. Make sure you're keeping yourself up, taking care of yourself, going to the doctors, getting your health checks, taking care of you, making sure that you're also stewarding your body well. You understand? We want to make sure that our bodies are well. Keep your car cleaned. If you have a car, make sure you're keeping your car clean, keeping your payments up on your vehicles and different things like that. Like, make sure that you begin to steward what God has already given you and what God has already trusted you with. Make sure that you begin to steward and manage those things well. A lot of times people I realize that if it's not communication that's the problem in marriage, it's usually finances. And this is why I try to tell people to work on your finances. Find where you are financially and begin to just work on yourself. If you want to be at a certain place, try to start doing it. If your credit ain't A1, start working on it. It may not be perfect, when you get married, but at least you're showing some type of progress to actually, being a better you. So you want to start just doing the things that you already have well. Okay. And then the last thing I just wanted to throw out there is communicate. Okay. Learn how to communicate now. Learn how to communicate your feelings, learn how to just talk to people, learn how to have healthy relationships with people. You got to work on that. Start working on that now. If you're somebody that tends to yell a lot, maybe you need to find out why you like to yell all the time, why you talk loud all the time, because you could completely marry somebody that is just not finna have that. You understand? So start learning how to communicate. They have communication courses you could take. You got all these different acts. YouTube, oh my gosh, it's such a blessing. So you can go on YouTube and just start learning how to communicate, learning, proper ways to communicate with people. And one thing I tell people is, you got to kind of understand sometimes where people are coming from. People do grow up with different backgrounds. So you want to be able to learn how to kind of communicate with some of everybody. That's something I learned working at the call center for so many years. You encounter so many different people, different places, different countries, different backgrounds. So you have to learn how to, just communicate in a way that they're able to kind of relate to, what you're saying. Not saying you're gonna get it right all the time, or it's gonna always be a perfect no, but just do the best that you can. All right. So I hope these tips did help you all, help you ladies on today. I do pray that you will find something interesting, and I just want to kind of brief it with you again. So number one was just to build a relationship with God. Number two is to know who you are and what you're called to do. Number three, work on your inner issues. Right. Do all that inner work before you say I do. Right. Number four, steward the things that God has given you now. And then number five, communication. All right. So again, my name is Jamie. I love you guys. And thank you so much for watching this video. Again, please like, comment, and share this video. Sharing is caring. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead. What are you waiting for? You can go ahead and do that. That way you'll be notified anytime I'm live or I post a video on here. You be the first to know, honey. All right. Again, remember, I love you guys. God loves you guys so much more. Mwah. Have a good day.